Should you invest for your children? The short answer is yes. Hey parents, how's it going? And welcome to yet another episode of Real Daddy Talking. In today's video, I want to share with you how I'm investing for my two children as a parent. Okay, so I won't be making any recommendations in this video to which stock or which cryptocurrency to buy. You can research that for yourself, but of course I'll share what I'm doing. But rather I want to share my approach to investing responsibly and sustainably as parents. Okay, so if you could excuse me, I have my notes over here, so from time to time I'll be looking down to make sure that I need to say what I have to say. Alright, so firstly I want to get the elephant out of the room, which is that investing is like gambling, or rather is investing an atas version of gambling. And I can understand why some people may feel that way, because investing and gambling, they do share some similarities. So for instance, both of them carry risk, which means that there is a chance where you can really lose your hard-earned money. And secondly, investing and gambling involve making decisions. For instance, which stock to buy, when to sell. Even when you gamble in the casino, you have to make decisions as well, right? Whether to bet big or to bet small. But I want to highlight the differences between gambling and investing, and I want to persuade you why you should really consider investing for your children if you are still sitting on the fence. Okay, so the first thing is that gambling carries a negative expectancy. So what that means is that a gambler may make a lot of money at the start, but should he or she continue in the mid-term to the long term, he or she is bound to lose everything and more. So as you know, when you gamble, you are making speculative bets. You are relying on the person's gut feel instead of taking calculated risk. Okay, unless he is Dousan. Alright, we know that is a fallacy and none of us are professional gamblers over here. In comparison, equity investing, on the other hand, carries a positive expectancy. So if you are investing into good quality companies that has a track record of increasing revenue, free cash flow, healthy debt to equity ratio, I know it's getting a bit technical here, but in short, if you're investing into good quality companies, you have a very good chance that your investment is going to grow over the long term. Alright, so this is the difference between investing and gambling, whereby the expectancy is totally different. Okay, on the other hand, gambling usually involves making speculative bets. Alright, gamblers are like, I feel that this will end up becoming this in X amount of time. And they usually rely a lot on their gut when making these decisions. But equity investing, on the other hand, is a different beast in itself, because you can actually invest responsibly and sustainably if you factor in economic data, company fundamentals, and you perform some kind of fundamental analysis. This maybe I can make subsequent videos on how to pick good quality companies, but that will be out of the scope of this video. Alright, so I want to share with you the approach of how I invest. So when I collect money from my child, so during Chinese New Year, during his birthdays, during special events, relatives would give me red packet, right, for my child, and I will use this money and invest this money. Alright, so what I do in short, okay, is to invest into the S&P 500 ETF, ticker symbol VOO. So that's the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. But before I get there, I don't really want to focus so much on what to buy, when to buy, how much to buy, but rather I want to share with you the approach that I'm taking, because before even investing, I do certain considerations, and I do make certain plans before I even invest the first dollar. Alright, so the first thing that you should do if you're a parent and you have not started investing or buying any kind of insurance is to consider protection before investing. Alright, so what does protection means? It means buying insurance. Okay, I'm not here to advocate which insurance you should buy, but I personally bought a shield plan for my child when he was about 2 weeks old. So what a shield plan does is that it allows me to claim for any expenses if an accident were to occur and my child has to be hospitalized. So what I do first is to spend that $200 a year. I think that's how much I'm paying per child for the shield plan, and it hedges against any kind of risk that could result from an injury, from a hospitalization. So I always advocate that, before investing the first dollar into any stocks or any ETF or any insurance or cryptocurrency or property even, always consider protection first, and that comes with a shield plan. Okay, again, talk to your financial advisor on which shield plan to get. This is not a recommendation, but I do advocate getting one. Okay, so the second thing that I got for my child is a whole life policy, again from an insurance company. So what a whole life policy does is that it acts as a protection as well as savings for my child. All right, so this is a limited pay whole life policy, which I'm paying about $100 a month as well, but I have to pay a total of 20 years. Okay, so after that 20 years, this whole life policy has been fully paid, and the child can use this policy as protection as well as savings as well if he wishes to encash the whole life policy. So once I've settled these two, which is the shield plan and the whole life policy, that's when I put the rest of the other money into investing. So for myself, I'm using FundSuperMart, which is a website you can check out if you want to. It's a brokerage, something like a brokerage where you can actually buy funds, you can buy ETF, and I think one thing that I like with FundSuperMart is that you can actually perform dollar cost averaging at a very, very cheap cost. So I'm currently using that to buy into, as I mentioned earlier, the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. I'm putting in about $100 a month per child. So I think all in all, it really gives me the peace of mind because I firstly hedge against any expenses from hospitalization, which could add up to potentially thousands of dollars, and no investments can actually give you that amount of money unless you're investing like a few $1 million, all right, or you are doing like options trading. So I always advocate doing the protection first, and then the whole life policy is something that you can consider, but I took it out because I think that it is also like a gift to my child as well. And finally, the investing part is I'm going to invest this $100 for probably like 15 to 20 years, and then once my child is grown up, he's able to take over that investment. And I'm also kind of teaching my child about having that growth mindset as well. So that is another consideration, and that money can be used for my child's education if he wish to pursue some kind of higher education, or if he has some kind of business ideas that he wants to kickstart, and this investment amount can act as a small capital for him to do whatever he wants to do. Alright, so guys, this video I really just want to talk about how I approach to investing, protection first before investing, and invest in good quality companies and don't speculate. Alright guys, I hope that this video has been useful, and feel free to ask me any questions in the comments below. If there are any areas of interest, feel free to let me know, and I'll probably cover them in subsequent videos. Alright, I hope that this has been helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.